Breitbart's Stephen Bannon now in charge. Donald Trump's campaign is firmly in the hands of the fringe conservative movement known as the alt-right. Conservative talk radio host Charlie Sykes described the alt-right to me this Thursday.
When we're talking about alt-right, we are talking about white nationalism. We're talking about anti-Semites. We are talking about white supremacists. We're talking about racists. And you and I were talking about this the other day. You know, this is kind of, the dark underbelly of American politics that we have not seen. We have not seen, emboldened and empowered the way that we have this year. And Breitbart has played a very, very significant role.
All right, Corinne Perry and Steve are back with me, and I want to start with you on this, Steve, because you seem to be a good guy. I mean, we've only known each other on television, but you seem to be very sincere about wanting to broaden the base of your party, of your political party. And I take you at your word that your support for Donald Trump is about, conservative values and views. But do you feel comfortable in the same camp as some of these people? The Southern Poverty Law Center has described the Trump campaign bringing Breitbart's Stephen Bannon in as cozying up to the alt-right. And the explainer that Breitbart themselves put up to explain who they are was written by a guy named Milo, who's known as being really a sort of guru of the alt-right. He's one of the people that hounded a comedian from Saturday Night Live off the internet with racist invective. A quote here, they're the youthful energy, jarring, taboo-defying rhetoric, etc. And they see themselves as kind of cutting edge, but they are white nationalists. Does that make you uncomfortable to be in the same camp with them?
Well, I would say they're nationalists. I don't know that they're white nationalists. And Milo, by the way, who you cite, who is certainly the most known member of the alt-right, he's very provocative. He also happens to be incredibly gay and very, very public about it.
Does that mean you can't be a white nationalist? No, it doesn't. Can't be gay and a white nationalist because you can.
No, but it argues against the idea that it's an inherently sort of racist, retrograde white Christian.
You can be gay and be racist.
Fine, that it's a retrograde nationalist white Southern movement. I'm just saying. Listen, I don't want to defend the alt-right.
No, we have to stop and put a pin in there because we need to establish what the alt-right is. The Southern Poverty Law Center, which is an entity that exists to kind of identify, racist movements, has identified them as white nationalists. They self-identify as anti-non-white immigration. VDare.com, which is one of the early sites of the alt-right, is explicit about not wanting to see non-Europeans immigrate to the United States, meaning people like you, me, Perry, and Karine not coming into the country, right? Breitbart headlines. Let me give you, hold on. Breitbart headlines. Steve Bannon is running the Trump campaign. Here's a little sampling. Bill Kristol, Republican spoiler, renegade Jew. Trannies whine about hilarious Bruce Jenner billboard. There's no hiring bias against women and technically just suck in interviews. Birth control makes women unattractive and crazy. Even if you set aside the white nationalism, which you can't, this is who's running the Trump campaign. I just want to know if that makes you at all uneasy.
Look, are there articles on Breitbart of the thousands that have been posted that would make me uneasy? Absolutely, and I think you just mentioned a few of them. By the way, my guess is they would make Steve Bannon uneasy as well.
But he runs it.
I know, but listen, he has a morning radio show, which I've listened to quite a bit, and if you listen to his radio, he occasionally gets some pretty loony callers in who espouse racist views, and he shuts them down in no uncertain terms. What he is more than anything, I don't think he's a racist, he's not a nationalist, he's anti-establishment. He's not just anti-Hillary. Breitbart as a site, and he personally, Steve Bannon, have been tougher, I think, on people like Jeb Bush, on mainstream establishment Republicans, Mitch McConnell, than they have been on Hillary. So I think he's being, at least, I'm not going to talk about the site as a whole, Steve Bannon individually is being mischaracterized. He took over the campaign, by the way, at least unofficially a week ago, and we've had a magnificent week. Polls are tightening. We're leading in the LA Times poll now. Trump is staying on message. I think he's proven himself in the early going to be an incredibly effective manager and messenger.
Okay,